In the last episode, we showed you our home for inventory and the surroundings, the nearby Rauks Holmsällar, and we did some important boats. In this episode, we will make a short trip, Anders, Eric and I, to Visby.
Det släpper lite, vi ser land där inne. Om man ur så man får stopp på den så tar det en bra tag på farten igen.
Det tycker jag hör att du har fått ner farten. Nu har vi slott. Erik har hittat sig en plats i det. Ja, älskling, var är vi nu då?
Ja du, det där det är Gotlands sydspets. Så tänkte vi vända runt. Vi kommer ju från ostsidan. Tjenare, tjenare!
Telefon med Magge.
Okej.
Så han ser och hör oss.
Okej.
Hej!
Det är för publiken, Magge. Och det här kommer på YouTube. Eller kan hela.
Ja. Det finns viss risk att man hamnar på YouTube om man är med i den här båten, ja.
Yes! Sådär. Ja, lunch ute till sjöss. Ingen fusklunch heller, utan riktigt på havet tillagad. Och bakom Anders så har vi Gotlands södra udde, är det va? Eller sydvästra, eller vad är det den heter? Södra. Så helt okej utsikt får vi väl säga ifrån lunchbordet idag. Och på tallrikarna så har vi en kall korvsallad. Och sen så har vi lite äggris. Och några tomater. Stora Karlsö. Big Karlsö. And behind it, there is Lilla Karlsö or Little Karlsö. So those islands next to Gotland are famous for they have birds nesting called sillgrisslor in Swedish. I don't know the English word. And they have nests on those cliffs, and the chicks, when the chicks are ready, they jump and head for the sea. So very dramatical. So Anders, what can you tell us about the sailing today?
Yeah, it has been good. We started off November where we had to do some upwind sailing in the beginning to get around the Bergen South Tip, and then we turned over to getting wind from behind. But the wind wasn't that hard, so it would have taken us like 12 hours, something like that, to get up to Visby. and then we would have arrived in Visby at midnight. So we decided to take down the sail, run the motor for a while, be there a little bit earlier. But the weather's nice, everything's fine, and if we had started a little earlier, then we would have had to run the motor. But that's the way it is.
That's the way it is when you are tired in the morning.
Absolutely.
But it's absolutely fantastic stay at sea. We have really enjoyed it. It's a little bit cloudy now in the afternoon, but it has been very clear skies and light winds, but sailable winds most of the time.
Yeah, it would have been okay to sail now too, but we would have just been doing like 4 or 5 knots instead of as we do now with motor 8 knots.
Yeah.
So that makes it twice as long. It will still like 25, 30 miles left to go. So
Yeah. And the distance is 55 nautical miles
in total, yeah.
in total, so it takes a while.
Yeah.
But
Perfect day sail.
you can take a ferry from the small town Klintehamn, get to this island. I have searched a little bit on Wikipedia to find out some more information about the Silfridsland, which is called common guillemot in English. It is dark brown on the head and upper side and white underneath, and its chubby body makes it kind of cute. It's about 45 centimeters long, and its really amazing skills is when it's diving up to 180 meters. Fantastic sail. Although we have taken the sails down and running one engine. Also,
Okej, det blir pasta och köttfärssås. Men jag får lite plats med stekpannan och den här samtidigt. Strax har jag först gjort köttfärssåsen och får den stå där och kotta till sig. Med pastan ska jag hälla av det och så blandar vi ihop alltihopa och värmer upp det. Sen blir det tallriksservering.
Visby. There's 2 cruises that aren't sailing due to Corona that are tied up here. Ericsson's in front. Where the ferry normally lays, but there's no ferry, and 2 of the ferries that aren't in use are tied to the dock, and we're going to go in between and in to the bottom of the harbor where the guest harbor is. before sunset. And there is Visby Sailing Club, where we are members, but we don't have a berth, so we will be in the guest harbor. You feel a little small when you pass by those big ferries. Looks like it's very empty in the guest harbor, and that we can pick our spot ourselves. We prefer to lay with the starboard side, but we prepared so that we can also lay with the port side too. So the guest harbor is right in the city center. Very calm today, but usually it's quite busy in summertime. But a very nice harbor. But you don't have much to choose from in case it's full. That is no problem today. Så, här håller Erik på att trassla till en springlina. För vi ska byta ut den här.
Först ett varv runt alltihopa.
Här har vi
Ja, precis.
Anders som...
Det är väldigt långt. Det här ska verkligen filmas.
Ja, det är därför jag har
Välgjort det här.
kollar solnedgången, höll jag på att säga. Här. Och där sitter vi. Och klockan är några minuter i 9. Så ganska exakt. Nej, knappt 12 timmar, för vi stack 8:15. Så 11 timmar och 42 minuter eller något sånt där har det tagit.
Så. Så ska den ligga i kroppen. Där, ja. Perfekt. Det tror jag också.
Du ska... Så.
Så ja, de har vi flyttat.
Ja, så har vi flyttat. Bytt ut havsutsikten.
Ja.
En hamn med lite mer liv och rörelse normalt sett. Och i de gula husen här, det är en helt fantastisk glasskiosk. Den har hur mycket glassorter som helst. The harbour office is at the end of those red buildings, and there are also bathrooms and a recycle station. I can't believe how calm it is. It's a nice spring day, so there would normally be quite a lot of people here. We have talked to some of the other boats, and 3 of them are sailing back to Scandinavia and Sweden after being quarantined in Canary Islands. On this overview view, I marked the harbour office with red, the yacht club with green, and the ice cream house with blue. Let's go for a walk. We start by going north from the harbour, where you soon encounter the old wall from the 13th centuries and the gunpowder tower. We follow the seaside path along the old city wall towards the hospital. this is really a nice path. But when you look out on the sea, you can see there are small rocks a little bit outside the coast. So you can understand that this was a difficult city to take in the old days. First, the sea line itself was dangerous, and then the whole city was surrounded by the city wall. Gotland has been taken over by different cultures at many different times during the centuries. It's been Swedish, Danish, German, Russian, and Swedish again, back and forth. Okay, where are we now?
We are on just north of, here is where they have near games where people ride, so they build up stands for a lot of people. In the normal summer, when they have the medieval weeks, they have August every summer except this one. Well, but normally pretty busy beginning of August.
Let's visit the Botanic Garden. This is a beautiful garden and it's a very peaceful place with lush greens and many rare plants and trees. It was founded in 1855 and was given a major reconstruction in the early 1930s, which gave it more or less the look it has today. I can really recommend to stroll around here. Here there are many unusual trees and plants. Like that tree over there doesn't really look like anything Swedish. And neither do that. I think. Some beautiful tulips. I really like those multicolored here. It's really beautiful. The roses. It's a bit early in the year, so there's a rose garden. Gotland is famous for its roses and it's called the Island of Roses. It was the wife of a bishop, Gustava von Scheele, who moved to the island, who brought the roses in the mid-18th centuries. 6 different roses, or species of roses, and they flourished in the limestone bedrock. It was perfect growing condition. Gustava gave the roses to many of the priests on the islands.
Tulips again. Multicolored. And black one.
Yeah, purple.
There.
There is really black or really dark purple. Beautiful. This is a lovely park.
If you like flowers,
And also if you just want to get a little bit away from the busyness in the city or in the harbor. Peaceful place. It's more peaceful than usual, but I think that it's valid everywhere this year. Here is a bird taking a swim. Good idea. That looks really nice. I'll join you.
thank you.
This part of the old town in Visby is special to me because my grandfather grew up here, and I have actually traced back my roots to the 15th century here at Gotland, where my ancestors as a young priest moved from Helsingborg to Gotland and later became bishop here in Visby. Back in the harbor, Eric and I decided that we wanted to have some ice cream. And by the way, if you're interested in indoor climbing, it's in that round building. You're not alone in the guest harbor, but there's not many boats. 3 of those has arrived from Canary Islands. They were tired of lockdown, so they took the opportunity to sail back to Sweden. That's one of the oldest buildings again. It's a really beautiful old wooden building. And it's our custom chamber. Now the ferry is in the harbor. Here is the famous ice cream place. I think they have about 100 different kind of ice cream, all of it homemade. And it's just the worst problem is how to choose your flavors. You don't believe me? Okay, let's walk past all the ice cream boxes. No two are the same. That was a quick 45-second tour. Okej, Erik. Vad hade du fått i din glass?
Jag har chili choklad längst ner. Sen så har vi creamy whisky. Och sen så har vi champagne.
Och jag har nästan samma uppsättning. Jag har också choklad med chili. Sen har jag limoncello, gula och champagnektor. Och vad var omdömet här då?
Champagnen var besviken. Den andra var... Jag tänker Oj.
Lite samma sak. Man känner att det är champagnesmak, men det är väldigt, väldigt likt, så det smakar bäst isglass
Ja.
med champagne. Men de andra var väldigt, väldigt goda. Jag har provsmakat även Eriks whisky creamy, och den är verkligen creamy. Så, det här är om man gillar glass, och sen så måste man ju bara sitta i en glasstrut.
Hope you enjoyed our little sail to Visby, and that if you do, you will leave a comment and give us a thumbs up or comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell button that is somewhere around. And the next video will be about a sail to Stockholm Archipelago, where actually Lindsay joined us on the first longer sail overnight.